Buddhism is an ancient tradition with answers to life's biggest questions today. Why do we suffer? How do we relate to other beings? And how do we make the world a happier and more peaceful place for everyone? Our mission at BDK America is to help people understand Buddhism better. Are you looking to start learning about Buddhism or dig deeper? BDK America offers free books and videos for peoples of all ages and levels. Our most popular book, The Teaching of Buddha, is available to read in English and 46 other languages in physical, PDF, and audiobook formats. Visit our website for our latest publications and order your own free copy today.
Hello, it's a great pleasure to have you join us. What did you think of today's passage? How shall we live this fleeting life? Merely acquiring or having wealth is not a life. For me, I see it as challenging us to seek for meaning and purpose beyond just the material or the ordinary. The passage encourages us to make basic decisions about how we lead our lives. Unfortunately, there are many among us who have no clear answer to this question. This reminds me of a humorous story told by a famous Zen master, Kosho Uchiyama. A fellow, I shall call him Richard, had just begun to learn horseback riding, and as of yet, the horse was not under his control. As they passed along the busy street, the horse started to eat carrots at a vegetable stand. The shop owner got angry and hit the horse with a stick. The horse was surprised and started to gallop. Richard desperately held on to the mane of the horse, just trying not to be thrown off. A friend happened to be walking down the same street. The friend called out to Richard, "Hey, Richard, where are you going?" Richard managed to answer, "I don't know. Ask the horse." Well, I know one person who is not like Richard. She is our guest today, Reverend Wako Ishikawa, who made a choice in her life to answer the question, how shall we live this fleeting life? And that choice was to become a Buddhist nun in the Soto Zen tradition. She currently resides in a monastery in Sapporo, Japan, but interestingly, it was while she was living in California that she became seriously interested in Buddhism. We would like to take this wonderful opportunity to ask Reverend Ishikawa about the reasons that led her to make the choices she has made, as well as about the daily life of a Buddhist nun. So, Reverend Ishikawa, thank you for joining us and to share your thoughts and experiences with us.
Thank you too.
My first question for you is when did you first become seriously interested in Buddhism?
Well, I was born and grown up in Japan, so Buddhism was not a special belief for me. It was a kind of our daily life and a part of culture. However, when I was a college student in San Francisco, my American friends was interested in Japanese Buddhism.
I see.
And they are practicing that and sit to meditate seriously. That made me surprised and made me promote to have interested in Buddhism.
I see. So you studied in California,
Hi.
and then you were exposed to Buddhism in San Francisco.
Yes.
So then you went back to Japan, and how did you feel about Japan then?
I felt freer than what I expected. I expected Japanese society is more tighter and strict than American society. However, Japan was already modern country and Tokyo was cosmopolitan city already.
And you said you were surprised that then you thought about how young Americans especially were interested in Japanese Buddhism.
Yeah. So in that Japanese society, they were looking for American young men are looking for something themselves in Japanese tradition.
I see.
Now, Buddhism, which exists already 1,500 years in Japan.
I see.
So that made me more interested in Buddhism.
So what did you do?
I became want to know that actual figure or how Japanese Buddhism is practiced in Japan. So I visited Eiheiji Temple, which in Fukui Prefecture in Japan.
And Eiheiji is
a head temple of our Soto school. 300 monks and priests living in the mountains. So I visited and practiced Zazen, sit to meditate in there.
I see. So you became inspired by Buddhism and became a lay Buddhist. How and when did that happen?
I was in San Francisco. I received a telegram which said, my father is critical, come back to Japan immediately. And he passed away before long. Then I felt something kind of suffering. And Buddhism says Bodhisattva mind is promoted by suffering or difficulties. Well, I think at that time I felt something like that. So I received a lay precept as a lay Buddhist in 1987 at Eiheiji.
I see. And what were you doing at that time?
I was a computer programmer.
Computer programmer.
And I worked in Tokyo and California, fly and go back and forth. And Buddha's teaching was living as best way in my work and in my daily life at that time.
It came alive in your work.
My college major was computer information science, so I was a lay Buddhist as a computer programmer.
I see. And then you made this big jump to become an ordained priest. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, I climbed up my career ladder and I was hired by American Embassy in Tokyo. So I became a federal government officer and worked to the Department of Commerce. So it was very difficult, busy job, and I went to Washington D.C.
I see.
Then I come across an accident. That became my turning point.
And what happened?
Well, after work, I was walking toward to the subway station after work, and I was walking sidewalk, and iron chair fell down on my head.
Oh wow!
It was come from second floor balcony.
I see.
And I fainted.
Fainted and went to hospital.
Yeah, ambulance came. Well, I thought, I could die, but I just didn't.
Yeah.
Or if one step ahead I was walking, I did not come across such an accident.
You wouldn't have been hit by a chair.
Yeah.
Or if you're one step back, or
right, exactly.
So this kind of became the event that made you think seriously about becoming a priest.
That was a big turning point of my life.
I see.
Then I started to think to devote my left life to Buddha's life.
So you left your work as a government officer and devote your time to Buddhism to become a priest. I see.
I became priest 1996.
So, what are your main activities at the monastery?
First of all, Zazen, sit to meditate, and sutra chanting, and also Samu, which means work, mainly cleaning in the temple, in and out, side of the temple.
I see.
And also the work for my master, Venerable Priest 78 years old.
Oh, I see. So you help him.
Hi.
I
Yes.
see. I see. Can you talk a bit about the role and position of nuns?
Well, of course, people expect a kind of compassionate to the nuns.
Mm-hmm.
However, I could say the importance as a nun is just live as a nun, which is quite independent economically and spiritually, and life is very basic and simple life, and without compromise with anybody. So the Japanese women can seek a very fundamental help, spiritual help to the nun's life when they come across various difficulties.
I see. And I'm sure there are difficulties in the institution itself.
Yes.
Yes.
Compared to the men.
I see. So you think it's harder to be a nun than being a monk?
I think so.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you understand the teaching of interdependence?
Well, we can say it's mutual respect.
Mutual respect.
Yes.
Well, I like that, mutual respect.
Yes.
To explain interdependence.
Yes.
Well, I think we are just about out of time, but I believe we were able to catch a glimpse into your life as a Buddhist nun and the choices you made in answering the question posed in today's passage. How shall we live this fleeting life? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, too.
I hope that you found the interview with Reverend Ishikawa as interesting and intriguing as I did, and that it may give some pause for thought for enhancing the qualities of your life. You are, of course, not being asked or expected to become a nun or a monk. There have always been far more lay Buddhists than monks and nuns. Simply, our show today will have served its purpose if it helped you to reflect on your own life. Thanks for watching, and I hope you join us next week when we explore the social dimension of the teaching of the second mark of existence. That is, life is interdependent.
We at Bukkyo Dendo Kyokai pursue peace and happiness for people around the world. We have published the Buddhist teachings into 41 languages and donated our publication to hotels and other facilities in 55 countries. We would like to share the Buddhist teachings with people around the world. That's our mission. Visit our website for more information.